There is somebody watching this right now. Maybe that person is you, who's currently in the midst of or about to begin a fat loss journey. And I want to talk to you today about what to expect as far as that journey is concerned, because I believe that the reason why that journey is so frustrating for so many people and why they fail to meet their goals, why they fail to meet their expectations, is because they don't know what it should look like. So let's go there for a moment. This is what our expectation typically is. So let's pretend for a moment that you had 25 pounds to lose. Maybe you do have 25 pounds to lose. And you decide that I'm going to start eating better and I'm going to start exercising tomorrow. And so you go ahead and you do exactly that. And the expectation is you're going to get on the scale the next day and you're going to see a 1 pound drop. And then you're going to do it again the next day and the next day and the one after that. And you're going to continue to step on the scale each and every morning because you're eating a little healthier, because you're being more active, and you're going to see that 1 pound drop until at the end of the month, you've lost your 25 pounds. And you're as excited as can be because you've been trying really hard and you put in the effort and you absolutely deserve it. But here's the truth. The truth is, I totally made up this example because it doesn't exist. Here's what it actually looks like. And this is just a 3-month snapshot of what actual fat loss is going to look like. Now, I know there is no one looking at this right now saying, yeah, I want to sign up for that. But this is what you're signing up for when you begin that journey. There's going to be ups and there's going to be downs. There's going to be peaks and there's going to be valleys. And this is a snapshot of that same individual just in 1 month. Imagine that frustration. But that's the thing about fat loss, guys. It's not as predictable as you think, and yet at the same time, it is very predictable. So here's what I mean. That same woman, after beginning her first month, relatively even, just small little drops, little ups and downs, finally turned the corner and still had ups and downs over the course of the next 5 months. But look at that line. Look at the way that it's trending. If we're looking at this day to day, it absolutely is frustrating because you're going to get on the scale, you're going to be down and really excited. The next day, you're going to get on the scale, you're going to be up 2 pounds and totally disappointed. This is something that can absolutely mess with your mind, which is why some people say, I just don't believe in the scale, I'm going to throw it away. No, you should believe in the scale, because if you do this consistently over time, you'll start to recognize patterns. You'll start to see what days are your light days, what days are your heavy days. And the truth is, it doesn't matter what you weigh day to day. What matters is, what do you average over the course of a week? If from 1 week to the next, you are averaging down despite the ups and downs day to day, then guess what? You're being successful in your journey. So if we compare this client's 6-month journey to the made up 1 month example that I gave, you'll see that the lines are actually not that much different. Of course, they're squiggly, but look at the trend. Look at where it's going. That's what we're after. The only difference is time. When we're realistic about the time frame that it's going to take for us to get the result that we're looking for, then it's just a matter of sticking it out. But here's what most people do. Let's say that you are the January 1st New Year's resolutioner. I know that's not you, but let's just pretend for a moment. So just like that early example that I said is completely unrealistic, that is the mind frame of many people beginning January 1st. I'm going to lose this 25 pounds, and I'm going to get on the scale every day, and I'm going to see that drop. But what happens is, by the end of the month, there is so much frustration if they even make it to the end of the month. Such great frustration that they just decide to quit and decide, I'm just going to do what I'm doing. And I'm going to try here and there, but for the most part, they're totally off their plan in February, March, April, May, June. And then maybe July rolls around because it's summer. And now the reality of being in those shorts or wearing that tank top is there, and decide, you know what, jump right back on. And so the same thing happens. They jump back on that nutrition plan, but by the end of the month, because there wasn't enough movement, because things were up and down, because they didn't want to stick to the plan while all the barbecues and the vacations and all that stuff were going on, they throw in the towel again. And so they do nothing from August through December until they start the process over again in January. But here's what the successful do. The successful realize that that first month is going to be brutal. In fact, the second month may be brutal, and even the third. But they stick with it. They piece together the 3 to 6 solid months of doing the activities, executing on the nutrition plan, executing on the exercise plan, executing on better sleep, better lifestyle habits. And it's never perfect. It's never perfect. There are still those day-to-day, week-to-week frustrations, but they're doing at least 90% of the 100 they're setting out to. And they see great success. And after that success, there may be a lull. Maybe vacations come up in July, and so they're actually taking that month off, so to speak. And some of that will filter into August, but then at least halfway through August, they realize that, okay, it's time to get back on the horse and start getting back into their regular plan, being more disciplined with it. And now they string together the next 4 months until the holidays hit. And they might be all over the place, but they're never too far off. That's what the successful do. That's sustainable fat loss. And just so you see that it's not one client I'm pointing out, this is another one. 3-month result. You see the ups, the downs. And here's another. Same story, guys. It's always going to be the same story as long as you can stay in the game long enough to allow that story to play out. So don't quit. Stick with it and understand that there's going to be up days, there's going to be down days. There's going to be days where you are totally turned backwards and upside down. And that's okay. It's to be expected because that's what fat loss should look like.